This juvenile crime question is very powerful and interesting because we can do three things. Number one is we've got to make sure that our kids are busy in the first place and active so they don't go down a path towards crime. That's why we're taking the Summer of Nonviolence and we're making it year-round. It's helped thousands of teenagers actually stay away from bad criminal behavior. But we have to do something much more serious, which is about the violence intervention program that I've put in 5 high schools in our city. And in each one of these programs, we have seen kids have an 80% increase in grades, and we've seen their criminal activity drop by the same 80% amount. I need the student-based violence intervention program in every high school in Albuquerque. And here again, this is a great example of something that works in these high schools. We just have to take it and make sure it's in every high school. And the last thing is we have to have an economic future for our kids. That's why I support the career academies that actually brings back trades and job training into the high school curriculum so that they have a path that isn't criminal activity.
Let me just address what you just said real quick, Mayor. I was the public safety director for the entire state of New Mexico, and there may have been 1,000 murders in that period. Mayor, you're the mayor of Albuquerque, and there have been over 750 murders for just the city of Albuquerque, and that's on your watch. That is more crimes than 20 years previously combined. So I'm glad that you brought that up because it gave me an opportunity to address this issue. Look, Our juvenile laws, let me finish. Our juvenile laws were created for kids that pack lunches, not guns. We have to go to Santa Fe and we need to restructure our juvenile codes so that they have some teeth, so they have some accountability. What we have found is that, when you have a victim, somebody who's been killed by a violent juvenile criminal, the family doesn't give a damn how old that person is. They yearn for justice. And unfortunately, we have too many situations where young people go out and murder and they only spend a couple of years behind bars. I'll be that advocate to make sure we get those laws changed.
Well, I've advocated the last 2 years to try and repair our criminal justice system and their revolving doors. So I think we actually agree on that. You mentioned your record, and that is what this election is also about. And let's remember, when you were in charge of APD, we had a 24% increase in unjustified police shootings. That is literally people who died because of your policies. That is why we cannot elect you this time around.
Now, giving me an opportunity to bring up something else.
Listen, guys.
No, this is really important,
I understand that, but let me go over the rules.
Okay. Police shootings in the last 8 years.
Gentlemen,
when you first became mayor,
gentlemen, nobody's gonna hear you if I'm talking over you, and I'm gonna continue to do that. We have time for 2 more 30-second rebuttals.
Subscribe to my channel to learn more.